Hi. We are actually seeing a great opportunity for enterprise infrastructure in India, and this need is actually emanating from the fact that we are seeing most of the top sectors in the country really looking at leveraging the growth prospect that India has to offer with the rising income from the middle class and the consumption. That converted into IT opportunities manifests itself into two forms of challenges for us. These challenges essentially include looking at scale, because that is one of the primary needs of most of the large enterprise customers. As they continue to grow in double-digit figures, they need to actually add more and more consumers onto their overall customer reach. That manifests itself as a challenge from a scalability perspective. Most of the large enterprises are absolutely non-forgiving when it comes to availability of that infrastructure. That's an important consideration that we see, especially with some of these large enterprises who virtually offer everything 24/7. Just to give you a case, in the good old days, if you really ran a core application, it was okay if it ran during the business hours, because during the day ends, most of the work that happened in this infrastructure were end of the application that did not touch a consumer. But with the advent of things like internet banking, mobile banking, and almost everything now available over the social media and the web and the mobile, most of the applications have now become 24/7, and the demands of the enterprise are now 24/7. So from an infrastructure perspective, it is a very, very important consideration that what you design for a customer, which is required to work for 24/7, is able to provide that high availability. The third trend that we see along with that is the conscious effort to keep the cost low. So on one hand, you have the growth, the other hand, you have highest levels of availability, and on the third axis is the need for corporates to keep their costs low as they compete not only with local competition but also with global competition, and hence one of their mantras is to keep the cost low to make sure that their service offerings are intended to touch a larger variety of customers. That translates into infrastructure requiring to deliver higher performance, higher scalability, higher availability, all at a lower cost. We in Oracle are completely positioned to leverage this trend that we see in the marketplace from a scalability, availability, and keeping cost low perspective. All the infrastructure products that we've launched in the recent times, be it the D4, the D5 servers, the supercluster, the Exadata, the Exalogic, or the latest M5 servers, are focused not only on delivering highest availability in terms of reliability, availability, serviceability. It also has what Oracle calls as the unique secret sauce of engineering hardware and software together to give a significantly higher throughput, higher performance at a much lower footprint, at a much lower acquisition cost, more importantly also at a much lower operational cost. If you really look at a customer's budget today, a significant portion of his IT budget goes in keeping the lights on, meaning a lot of his expense are operational expenses that he needs to keep on doing year on year to keep his infrastructure alive. And there is a very little of that budget that is available for doing innovative things that could directly enable the business. What we at Oracle are doing is we are changing this equation upside down. We are trying to free up the IT budget from an OpEx perspective by significantly reducing the operational cost with the help of the products which offer significantly higher performance at a much lower acquisition and operational cost, and allowing the customer to reuse his budget for strategic initiatives that could help him directly innovate from a business perspective and add to his bottom line and to his top line. So this is the journey that we have embarked in India, and I'm pleased to share with you that we've been extremely successful in working with some of the large banks, some of the large telecom companies, some of the large manufacturing companies to leverage some of these technologies. And the benefits that they have seen after they have deployed some of these technologies is significant reduction in OpEx, significant reduction in license cost, significant reduction in annual maintenance cost. And on the other side, they have seen their levels of performance increase by a factor of 2x, 3x, in some case 10x and 50x. most of their challenges related to performance as it came to two different systems talking to each other are now gone, because Oracle is completely integrating the hardware and the software together. And now they have the ability to talk to one single OEM, one single partner who looks at the entire value chain, right, the application tier, onto the database tier, onto the middleware tier, onto the hardware, onto the operating system, right up to this. So this proposition that Oracle offers is in line with the customer's expectation of higher availability, higher scalability, lower operational cost, lower acquisition cost, so that he can now take this technology and use it for delivering significant business results in terms of better analytics that allows them to look at the data and look at decisions and improve their overall business angle.